Good morning again, if you caught me earlier. Anyway, I had to restart the video. My name is Colleen Light, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. My website is Cards by Coco, and I am excited to show you this adorable gift card holder today. Super cute, super easy to make, using the Trucking Along bundle. So let me go ahead and flip you around here. See if we can get the camera turned around. I'm in my new room, new to me room, I should say. Moved the craft space over here. So I'm going to turn on a different light. So if you're light sensitive, just close your eyes for a minute. I'll let you know when I'm done. Okay, so there we go. Let me bring you up on my laptop. Anyway, yeah, I had to restart that last video. Apparently I said a bad word. I want to make sure when the Wink of Stella leaked everywhere. I want to make sure that I can leave this video up. So, hi, some days, there are just some days, aren't there? Anyway, so super cute, very darling gift card holder, sorry. I got up at 3:30 this morning. And I have no idea why. If anyone has ever met me for more than a minute, they will happily tell you that I am not a morning person. So I think that's what's kind of throwing me off today. If you're watching, let me know. Leave a comment. Always happy to hear what you think and what you're working on in your craft room. Okay, here's our gift card holder. How cute is this, right? So I've seen this made both ways. I put the smaller flap on top just because I usually like to add either the gift card with the dollar amount. You know how they come from the grocery store with the dollar amount in there, or, or attach a little note in there. I've seen other people do it where they put, this is their bottom flap and they want to show more of the DSP on top. And then the gift card would fit in this way. So you make this exactly how you want, but let's go ahead and get started here. So I have my piece of real red, and I'm going to show you what I did. Again, let me find my measurements. So this measures at 5 inches by 7 3/4. So 5 inches, 7 3/4. Then what I did is I moved the long edge, the 7 3/4 edge, and I measured this at 1 3/4 of an inch, and I scored. So use your scoring blade, not your cutting blade, and then I scooched it all the way over to 5 1/4, and I scored again. And this is our base. So pretty easy, doesn't get too much easier than that. Then our other parts are, this designer series paper is going to go on the top flap, and this measures at 1 5/8 by 4 7/8. This piece is 2 3/8 of an inch by 4 7/8, and I have a panel for the inside 1 5/8 by 4 7/8. I always say, be sure to check my blog because that's where your accurate measurements are going to be. And then a band, which is 1 inch by 8 inches. So pretty easy. Stay through to the end too, or at least scroll to the end, because I have some other projects for you that I made using this adorable Trucking Along bundle. So this, you'll find this in the Stampin' Up! Online exclusives. So it's not in the catalog. It's been very, very popular. So my husband and I, so fun fact about me, is my husband is definitely 100% a car guy. So we do a lot of car shows, and we're always looking at vehicles. So this stamp set actually is right up his alley, so which is kind of fun, right? So I'm going to use, let me bring back in my stamp set. To start, I'm going to use the outline of the truck. So let's go ahead and stamp that, and I am using Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And I'm just going to give that a little tap off to the side here. And then we're going to punch this out. So let's go ahead and go like that. Pretty easy. Let me move that out of our way. And then let me show you how the tires are, because your wheels and your tires line up. So Stampin' Up! in their wisdom, put them on the same stamp to make it easier for us to line up. Now, I'm going to try and do this to the best of my ability. It looks like I'm a little off, but that's okay because I have one pre-made. But you can see, so if you have a stamp positioning tool, this would be a great set to use it on, especially if you're making multiples, because you can line things up. So Stampin' Up! Used to have the Stamparatus. I know there are other places you can get stamp positioning tools, and this is stamp set, I think, is one that the stamp positioning tool would be good for. Okay, so I'm using Real Red because I love a red truck. Just that easy. Doesn't get any easier than that. Gonna give this just a minute. Let's come back to our gift card real quick and start adhering this. And then we're going to, while this dries a little bit, we're going to go ahead and get everything else stamped and done. Well, let's go ahead and start putting this together. So, you know, I always fold towards the valley and then in towards the mountain part. You can see like there's a mountain there in the valley. And I just think you get a nice crisp image that way. I am using the Very Christmas Designer Series paper, which I am pretty much all but out of. So this is really what I have left right now. And I just think this is the cutest paper. Look at these little polar bears, are so cute. Also, there is a bunch that has come back in stock. So please, if you have been waiting for something, I think All About Autumn is back in. A number of things are back in stock. So if you like or have been waiting for something, now's your time to see if it's come back in. So check the website. So I'm going to mix and match patterns, which really isn't very much like me because I'm very matchy-matchy. So I'm not sure how this is going to turn out, but I say we give it a whirl. I also like my Designer Series paper cut in 1/8. But if it's easier for you, go ahead and, you know, these measurements are all adjustable, right? You can cut them in quarters. So there you go. And then we're going to put this one here. Do I want the bright side? Oh, I think I want the brighter side. Let's do that. Look, I hate to cover up these polar bears. It's so hard. I just didn't think the truck would be in the North Pole with the polar bears, so. There we go. Just that easy. So that makes it nice and fun, doesn't it? All right, there we go. So there's 2 ways you can put the notch in this. I actually used a punch last time, or you can use, I used the stylish Shapes dies and just went like that. So let's go ahead and grab my die cutting machine and we'll finish this part up and then we'll go back and do some more stamping. So tell me what you're doing today. I always love to hear what projects you're working on and what you're doing in your craft room. I especially love when you share your projects. All right, so I am not going to measure from end to end. I'm going to just eyeball it and hope for the best. Hope that it's centered. Oh, let's put this back in there a little bit. There we go. That's what I'm gonna hope for. Oh my goodness, Colleen, I'm all thumbs today. Okay, so I'm gonna scooch this in and see how it turns out. Again, if you have a punch, that would work out great. Oh, see, yep, perfect. I'm happy with that. And again, that was with just the stylish shape. So if you don't have a punch, but you have, you know, the circles or the stylish shapes or anything along those lines, that would work out very well. Oh, I think that's kind of cute with the patterns mixed. So if you didn't see earlier in the week, I posted a little something that said, oh my gosh, I have so much tear and tape. And I do. So we're going to use some of that tear and tape here. It was a post more of like, what is it that you have a lot of in your craft room? And mine was tear and tape. So what I do when I put down my tear and tape to leave lots of room in here is I bring it pretty close to the edge of my project. So that that is a good way to get the most amount of room if you do want to enclose a letter or a note in this a little bit more. And then just make sure, just fold it over. Make sure your cardstock's even and go like that. So here is our base. Let's go ahead and finish up our tag. Let's go ahead and do that very quickly. Okay, so I've got my truck. I've got this piece here. Let's go ahead and grab the old olive ink and our trees. So these are the trees I'm using here, right there. So that's fun. Let's go ahead and do that. Let me see. Here they are. I want to stamp the inside first. Let's grab this. And there it is. Because I want to stamp off, so I want a piece of scrap paper there. We want to stamp our tree off and then put it here. I'm going to be using a die on this, so I'm not overly worried about placement at this point in time. And then I'm going to use the full strength old olive. Kind of make this straight. And go ahead and move this just a little bit closer to me. I absolutely love two-step stamping. Isn't that pretty? It really brings out the color there, doesn't it? Okay. Now what I did for the truck was I took some of the Wink of Stella here and I put a little bit in the window. I thought it just gave a little bit of sparkle, and then I went around the hubcaps or the wheels. I'm not really sure. But how cool was that? And I know you probably can't see the shimmer on that right now, but it is so pretty. It really looks very, very nice. It just gives a little bit extra. Okay, let's bring in our punch, and you can see in our punch it has wheels, it has the window, it has the, you know, this part here, if you wanted to change. I don't know if anyone knows what that's called. I'll have to ask my husband when he gets home. He's a car guy. So I'll ask him, you know, what is that thing called? And give this a press. There we go. I sure make punches look complicated. They're not. And it is just that easy. Okay, so let me show you what we are going to do here. I'm going to trade it out because I want this to fit like this. I'm going to grab the second largest, you can see, stylish shaped die. Stylish shapes. So I know that I want that truck right about there. So I want to keep my stylish shape dies right about there. So just so I don't lose my place, I'm going to take that and move that there. If you have washi tape, that will work. Use whatever you have in your craft room to just kind of keep that secure. And let's go ahead and pop this one in. And go ahead and cut this out here. Okay, that's pretty easy, huh? And there's that one. Now I am going to go off screen and cut a piece of, I think, what color do I want? Do I want to do another piece in real red for the background? I even debated not doing a background piece for, you can see how I did here. So if you're watching, give me your opinion. Should we put a piece of paper behind that or not? I've really been kind of on the fence. I'm not really sure. What do you think? I'm going to move some of the stuff out of the way. So this truck will fit just right there. So let's go ahead and put that down. On this one, I put the road, there's a road stamp here, right there. And I think I'm going to leave it off of this one. I think I'm just going to put this piece down and not put the crumb cake on there. And I'm just going to put it on this side because I know it's going to overhang a little bit. There we go. And let's put that right there. You can see exactly how to line it up on your truck bed. Isn't that cute? I just love it, love it. Okay, here is our band. So what I do, honestly, is I just kind of center it. 1 inch by 8 inches again, and bring it down. Because you want it tight, but you want to be able to move it easily. So I'm going to bring back in my tear tape. You can use whatever adhesive you like for this. You could use the liquid adhesive. You can use, make sure you put that on the inside. Liquid adhesive, any adhesive you have will work. I just have an excess of tear and tape, and tear and tape works so well for projects. So I thought to myself, why not go ahead and use it? Let's pop this down. So pretty. Okay, so we are almost done. You know, I think we do need something behind there. You can see, oh, you know, I think I want that just a hair tighter. I'm gonna pull it just a little bit more snug if I can. The nice thing is that this band is behind this, so no one is going to be the wiser. Okay, let me grab some Night of Navy cardstock, and let's go ahead and cut that in the bigger. Or do I want the red? You know, I think I might want the real red behind this. I did Night of Navy on this one. Oh, you know, let's go with the Night of Navy. Let's go ahead and do that. Sometimes I like your opinions. When you chime in, it helps me with my design. Here's my Night of Navy here. Let me just cut that big ring right here. It's the largest ring from our Stylish Shapes dies. Then we're going to do one more. We're going to do one more stamping for our sentiment. I'll show you how we cut that. And then I'm going to do this instead of making you watch me. I'll do this over here off screen. So just hang with me for a minute. So, is there anything you have been waiting for to come back in stock? Yeah, I think this will work out great. Oh, that's so pretty against that red. I just love it, love it, love it. All right, let's go ahead and adhere that. Go ahead and just put some seal on here. And pop this down. So pretty. You could put this on dimensionals if you want. It's completely up to you. So I really like this Wishing You a Festive Christmas stamp. And I think I'm going to just go ahead and stamp that in real red this time. Let's change it up a little bit and see how it looks. I always like to experiment when, when we're doing the live videos. I always think it's fun because I just really value your opinions. I like to know what it is that you think, what you like and what you think about the color schemes and which ones you like better. Okay, let's pop this down here at the bottom. Get it as even as I can. Oh, that's good. Wishing you a festive Christmas. Let me bring in my paper trimmer. This is the easiest way to make a tag, I think. We're going to, you can see I got a little smudge there. Anyway, let's bring this in, get this kind of close there. You can use a punch for your tags or one of your dies. Sometimes I just like a very simple tag. So that's what I'm doing this. And I wanted to also put it on an angle. Oh, you don't think I'm just gonna take a hair more off. It's like cutting bangs, isn't it? It's just like cutting when I used to cut my girls' bangs. I'm just gonna take a little bit more off, a little bit more off. And then I'm going to pop this here. Okay, so this is going to fit right here. I am going to take my seal, kind of figure out where I wanna start, which is right here, and end. And I just use my fingers to kind of hold things in place. So I know where I'm going, and then I'm going to pop this right down there. Okay. And for this one, I'm going to put the seal right in the middle. I'm not using any dimensionals on this project. I'm not doing too much fancy. It is actually a very low key, something you can make multiples of very quickly. Holiday project. I think if you have, you know, kids at home and they like to just do a little stamping, I think it would be great for them to do a little bit of stamping and help you with the sentiments. I just think this is super cute and fun to make and not stressful. So as we go into the holidays, you know, I always say I had 4 kids. So as we go into the holidays, I always still, even though none of them live at home anymore, I'm always like, oh, I like a stress-free, or as stress-free as you can get holiday. Hi, Mary Ellen. Oh, from Chile, Montana. That's cold here in Washington, too. It's a little early for the chill. So you'll see that this slides really nicely over that, over those gems. They're not big gems. I fit this belly band just perfectly so it would slide over. You can open this up. Let me get out the gift card. You can slide this gift card in here, and you can see it even there. Put a note behind, or if you get one of those ones that are real bulky from the store, you can also see that. So let me show you the 2 other projects I made, and I'll put these together. And let me show you the 2 other projects I made using this stamp set. Or this bundle, I should say. So a couple of weeks ago, I was all about making tags. So if you caught those, they're on YouTube and on the Facebook. I was all about making tags. So I had to try one using the Trucking Along. And I absolutely love how this one turned out. This one is using those Maria's Trees dies. And I absolutely thought this was just adorable. And so probably make a bunch of these to put on my husband's gifts since he is such a car guy. And then I made this card, and this one here, I used an embossing folder. This is the Christmas Tidings embossing folder. Has gingerbread, Santa tree tidings, has some ornaments, presents, family, festive. It's just the perfect, I think, Christmas embossing folder. It's not 3D. It's one of the thinner ones. Absolutely love it. So all I did was take the crumb cake, and this did not require the punch. So if you don't have the punch and you are just looking for a card, just quickly to make, I did use the Maria's Trees snowflakes up here to just give it make it look like the snow was falling. Followed the exact same design that I did with the punch. That you can again see I used that stamp to make the road underneath. Did my sentiment the exact same way, but backed it in black against the crumb cake. On the inside, I just took a piece of DSP, put it down there at the bottom. So this card is actually ready to go, and I just thought it was great. I'm going to make a few other colors in this. So there's 1 and 2, and then here are the 2 gift cards. So do you like it with the variety in designer series paper, or do you like the matchy-matchy? I'm very matchy-matchy, so I'm going to say matchy-matchy, but let me know what you think. And also on this one, I put Wink Estella on the tree. So I will probably add the Wink of Stella to this tree when we're offline. Anyway, thanks for bearing with me. This is what it looks like with no sleep. Anyway, have a great Wednesday. I will be back next week at 10 o'clock in the morning. You have a great day.